Well, today we're talking about the importance of community and why we should be a part of a community. A community is basically a group of people unified around a common interest or a common purpose. For instance, you may be a part of a sports team who's you're unified around doing your sport and winning at it, or you might be a part of a dance group whose common interest is learning to dance and perform together. Or you simply might be a part of a community at school where you're learning together. But today I want to talk about what it means to be a part of a community at church and why is that different than other types of community. Well, first, we all want to belong. And can you think about a place where you feel like you belong? It's probably some place where you feel loved and accepted. You probably have fun and enjoy being part of a group. For me, that place is in my neighborhood where I know my neighbors and I know they care for me, where my kids will play with their kids, and it feels like a place to belong. For you, it might be that sports team or your class at school or some other group that you're a part of. And we want your small group, your church community to feel that same way. We want it to be a place where you belong, where you feel loved and cared for. We want it also to be a place where you can just ask the questions that you have about life and where you can just explore what it means to follow Jesus. And that takes us to the second point. A church community is a place where you grow spiritually. It's a place where we can learn about how does God want us to live and what does it mean to follow Jesus and to follow his commands. For me and the small group that I'm a part of, we spend a lot of time talking about what does it mean, what has Jesus called us to do and be, and how do we live that out practically in our day-to-day lives. And lastly, a church community is a place where we can serve one another. You know, your small group, you can care for one another simply by listening to each other, by asking good follow-up questions, by loving and encouraging each other. And you can also care and support your leader in the same way by following their directions and answering the questions that they're bringing up in the discussion. You know, God didn't intend for us to be alone. Church was his idea, and he wants us to be a part of a place where we belong, where we feel loved and cared for, because he knew that we needed other Christ followers in our lives to help us as we go through the ups and downs of our lives. And he wants you to feel like you love and belong. Now, a couple of practical reminders for you. First of all, your leader's there to encourage you, and they want you to have your group to feel like a safe place for you to belong. And so use them as a resource. The second thing is the more often that you attend your group, the more it's going to feel like a safe place and a safe community, and the more those friendships will grow. So attend as often as you can.